So here we are. It is part 6 of the Music Is series. My goodness, I don't even know how it happened so fast, but we are here. Music Is part 6, and I am so happy about today's guest. Why? Because again, just someone really new, someone really different in terms of creativity, in terms of music genre, etc. So it's going to be fantastic. You're not going to be disappointed. It's going to be fabulous. So just to remind you, I'm Tali. I'm the founder of CAYA, which stands for Come As You Are, founder of the sound system, enterprise, and soon to be audio, which is launching later on this year. I started the Music Is series because of the current climate in that lots of creatives are currently facing. And I really just wanted to find out how everyone else was experiencing this period. Just because it's, for me, it's been frustrating. It's our livelihood. Music is, everything to me. So I just really wanted to really, get a better understanding if it was me, or if people generally were experiencing that, especially those who do music, are creatives as their livelihood. So in the past 5 weeks, we have had sound system founders, we've had researchers and artists, we've had scratch DJs, and today we are joined by the amazing Mabel Maie, who is a gospel and vocal artist who you would have seen. So I'm uber excited about that. And so yes, I'm going to go and allow her to join the conversation now. So give me one moment. Yes, here we go.
It works.
How are you, my lovely? You look amazing.
Thank you. I did it for you, girl. Thank you.
You came through for me. You came through. Fantastic.
Thank
How
you.
are you doing?
I am well. I'm well, thank you. Very well.
Good. So yes, I've been warming up. There's been a few technical difficulties, but we keep it moving, and here you are.
Definitely. Thank you for having me.
No, you're more than welcome. So as you know, and I've explained to everyone, this is the Music Is series, and I contacted 12 individuals, artists, etc., to find out what music is to them. Obviously, for me, it's my well-being, it's my peace, it's really my livelihood. But obviously, what music is to different people, is varied. But I really wanted to capture this period, especially because of the pandemic, to find out how everyone was experiencing it and, going forward, essentially, what that means for them. So here we are with you. If you'd like to introduce yourself and, take it from there.
Thank you. So I'm Mabel Maie. Thank you for the introduction. Yes, I'm a gospel artist. I do music. I would say I do music full time. Like everything I do is within music, which is funny enough. Like my whole world revolves around music. So literally, but we'll get into that later. And and like I've recorded EPs, singles, albums, the whole shebang. And I'm just simple, as I like to say. Yeah.
The biggest understatement I've heard. Honestly, I was scrolling through your page today thinking, wow, you have done some major things. So yeah,
Thank you.
it's a lot more than you're actually proclaiming, which is fine. So yeah, tell us about how your musical gospel journey started, because I put up something that didn't actually get posted today, which was to do with Sounds of Blackness and optimism song. That's like optimistic, sorry. And it's like one of my favorite songs. I didn't realize it was a gospel song, but it wasn't until I kind of listened into the lyrics. I grew up in church, was very much involved in choirs and gospel music at one point in my life. So yeah, just tell us a bit about how you became involved in gospel and your journey thus far.
Yeah, so how I became involved in gospel, like yourself, I grew up in church, and I grew up in church. My father is currently now a bishop, so
Wow.
I'm like a BK, and I was like, it's not Burger King, I promise you, it's not Burger King, but it's
Wow.
But yeah, so so I grew up, so my foundation was always in church, and both my family are very musical. So like and that's how they met, through music. So they are also musicians as well. They play my mom plays the cornet slash
Wow.
trumpet, yeah, and my dad plays like all the major brass instruments, like the tuba,
Oh, like the
the drum.
family's smashing it, like the whole,
Yeah,
like everyone's just involved.
definitely. And also like my whole family, aunties, uncles from both sides, all are all musicians as well. So so I've always had that. I just like, if anyone asked me when I was younger, I just thought music was just something like we all did, like I
Yeah.
didn't know it was actually um a gifting sort of thing. So yeah, so just from an early age, just being in a church choir. My mom was the choir director, and I actually started by playing the drums. So yeah,
Wow. This is why I done the Music Kids series, because you find out things like this. Like we started off playing the drums. That's not
yeah,
just like, oh, what have I forgot? This is like major stuff. Like you can play the drums. That is
yeah.
amazing.
And I
That's
think it
amazing.
comes with the territory when you're like a PK or a bishop's kid or something. You just find something to do within the church. So if you're not singing, you're playing, you're doing something. So you're always doing something. So I think that's what it was. And then I remember starting to sing or get my voice to be heard for real, like from the age of 11. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I growing up, like I was I learned how to play the flute in primary school. Yeah, so I still play the flute. So little things like that. So like I said, it's always been a part of my journey.
For me, when I hear about it being part of someone's journey from the very get-go, I feel like, oh, you get it too, or you've been like it's been part of your makeup very much. You
Yeah,
know that developmental stages where obviously your parents were
yeah,
in church, were playing musical instruments.
hmm,
It's part of who you are.
definitely.
It's innate. It's innate in who you are. So on that, then, how would you say it's impacted your life?
In everything, because I know I was thinking about this question because literally everything. Like I'm fortunate to actually do music not just as a hobby, but actually as a profession. And like for example, I'm a teacher, so I'm right now about to complete my training to become a teacher. But before then, as I'm training now, I'm still a music teacher. If that makes sense. Yeah, I'm still a music teacher. Yeah, definitely. And I vocal train, so I'm a vocal trainer. I write music. I work with a lot of musicians and bands and singers and vocalists. Like you would say, I've kind of created my whole world around music, but and it's not just to sing, but just to be a blessing to somebody, or to teach somebody, or equip them in their gifting, or just helping to sharpen their tools and stuff like that. So that's the kind of, I didn't want it to be like for my own kind of gain, but also to help somebody else.
So very much like an altruistic, gift.
Yeah,
Um, it's beautiful because it's all about, it's great having skills and it's great having tools. But I think for me, and you may be able to relate, it's about impacting and legacy and what we kind of stand for once we've, kind of moved on and, passed on, etc. So no, that's
okay.
beautiful. That is beautiful. And so obviously based on your background,
Hmm.
tell me about your first recollection of music. Do you have a song that was just like
Mm.
after that? Or how
That
did it
is
all
interesting. Um, I think my earliest memories that I've been told is when I was younger, and I was living at home. I'm originally from Ghana. Woo. And live with my grandparents, and basically what happened was, I think we were playing doctors and nurses with like the kids in the area, and I think I must have overdosed on like some tablets. Yeah. And basically I was out for a very long time, and
Wow.
everybody was crying, like what's going on, praying and everything. And I woke up singing a song sort of like, if it had not been for the Lord on my side. And my grandma was like, we are crying and you woke up singing, like something like
Oh
that.
my
So it's like,
goodness. Wow.
yeah, so so that's one of the earliest recollection. And also like even being at choir rehearsals, like singing, and I was playing the drums, and I was hearing, I think I was singing a Kirk Franklin track, and I was like, oh, they're singing it all wrong, they're singing it all wrong. And then I was like, I think it goes like this, and I sang it, and they were like, okay, she can really sing. And it's like they didn't really know. So I think from the age of 11, that's probably my earliest recollection of it and stuff like that.
The next question was, how did you get involved? But I think you've answered that already. It's kind of very much through your family and your. Do you think, had it not been for, obviously your parents are who your parents are,
Mm-hmm.
but do you think there was your own individual wanting to become more so, or was it more so just because it was a done thing?
I think definitely. I think for me, even though I was in the music and everything, I didn't see it as something that I could, like, I just thought it was for myself or for the collective that I was in. It's only when like one of my uncles, his name's Uncle Jimmy, he basically introduced me to a group called Prevail. I was about 16, 17 at the time. And it's like, it's only then that I realized, oh wow, this is actually a gift. Um it's not just for, for myself, or
Mhm.
for just to keep under, like, listen, like keep under a like under the bed or something like that. So my uncle really saw something in me, and he really, really kind of like helped me to develop that gift. And
Mhm.
from an early age, believe I was about 17, 18, and I started vocal training for the first time. He was like, you've got a gift, you've got a teachable gift, you've got a gift that should be heard, you've got a gift. And I was so exposure as well, because without that, I wouldn't have realized what I had, what was in me. Yeah, so he kind of drew it out. And then I joined a group called Prevail. Prevail was another learning ground for me, which was amazing. Like being in a group called Prevail is just young-minded, young guys like me, like passion for the things of God, and also for music, and just to just be used by God in that kind of environment. So yeah, so those experiences helped me to get to where I am today.
I'm sure there are many, but what's your kind of your biggest, would you say, achievement? That's like a million, that's the million to one question, right? But what do you think? Maybe it's not your best, but what do you think has been really like, I'm so grateful and so blessed to be able to impart this with someone? What moment was that?
Oh, so many, Tally. There's so
Oh, I
many.
that one thing, but I think because you've got such a rich history
Yes.
and story,
Mm.
yeah, you don't feel pressured
No,
if you
it's
don't
okay.
have
I
one.
I can recollect one major one that was very pivotal for me. Was like I said, I'm from Ghana, and I went to a place called Kumasi, now a town called Kumasi, and we went there to basically just to, have a feel the area, because I'm mainly staying in Accra. So I went to Kumasi just to, see, and I realized, well, I learned that my father grew up in Kumasi. So we went to like the church that he used to belong to, and it's like everybody knew who he was. The music, the band, that everybody was like, oh my days, your dad, your uncles, your whole family has left such a big legacy. And I was like, this is amazing, because I didn't, it was, you just go to visit somewhere, but then they're telling you about your history. And I
Wow.
got the opportunity, because our backgrounds from is the Salvation Army. That's why they're so heavily, they play all the brass instrument stuff. So one of the was going to Kumasi and actually singing with the brass band. Like, it was one of those moments I would never forget. It was just
Even I've got kind of tingles actually on hearing that.
yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, it was
that
so,
must be an
just a
experience.
song, I love you, Lord, and I lift my hands. Just a simple song, but it was just the moment, just being there at the church, where like my family history is still current. It's like people who haven't even met my dad know about our family history, and just having the opportunity to sing with the band. It was a major band. It was like, I think about 30 piece or something like that. It was mind blowing, and that day actually changed like the way I saw things. Because you take, because obviously I'm from like the classical kind of background, so I appreciate like, you know, the orchestra, I appreciate the brass section, you know, because I'm right here in my environment. It's like you're used to kind of like playing with the, you know, the main 5-piece band, or but there's something sweet, I just say, about the brass section, the the orchestra, that is just brings it. But it was just that experience for me was one of those pivotal moments in my life that I'll never forget.
Oh, that was so powerful. And I feel, when just you describing it, I feel like I was transported there. Because I know, you know, sometimes you hear a song and it's just, it's like magic. It's something that you can't even put into words.
Yeah.
It's just an equation made up of a kind of metaphysical feeling and the environment, and it's everything. It's just
Exactly.
like, it's magic. It really is magic. And so, obviously, you've described your background, how you got involved. Is there a song, or actually, without music, where do you think you would be, Mabel? Because it's such a huge part of your life.
Yeah.
What would life be without you?
You know what's so funny? I was cracking a joke with my mum a few weeks back. I said, what would I do if it wasn't for music? And I was like, I'd probably be a dancer. And it was like, no, definitely wasn't going to be a dancer. But I was like thinking, what would I do? And it's such a, and I think even if I was a dancer, obviously it's still connected to music. Even if I was an artist, like a painter, still connected to music. Like I've actually,
It's still feeding on that.
on that
Music is
spot.
still feeding. Yeah.
So it's linked to everything, and I think it's something that if you're not aware of, you might take for granted. Like even the way we walk, like we talk about the pulse, we talk about the rhythm, we talk about even like everything that we do is, if you look at it, it's musically. I remember like even when I was younger, even if the phone would ring, I would just put a beatbox to it subconsciously.
That is so true. So
So
true.
we still do it.
The different versions, you think, just need to pick up the phone, but you've now
Yeah.
gone off on a tangent. No,
It's true.
absolutely. I get that.
Definitely. But it's, I don't know where would I be without music, but I think I don't know, but I couldn't answer that one.
Yeah, I can understand. I can so understand, because it's the same for me. I think without music, honestly, even when I think about other pathways that I might, it still require music to kind of
And it'll
keep
still
me.
be creative as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you know what? I think this question I've been really looking forward to, your most impactful song, because I know we've got some people who have joined who are Christian, but I myself, I want to know what's your most impactful song, because as I said, Sounds of Blackness, Optimistic for me was just like, at my darkest moments, and I didn't realize that they were a gospel group. I just used to hear it, my aunt would play it. But when I listened to the words, it was so powerful. So what song is your most impactful song, Mabel?
all right. There's a song that came to mind. I've got so much, but one song that came to mind is a simple song. Jesus loves me, this I know. For the Bible tells me so, little ones who him belong, they are weak, but he is strong. That is the song that means so much to me. It's so simple. It's like it's almost like a gospel version of a nursery rhyme. So you remember those little things like the nursery rhyme, like, you know, Humpty Dumpty. You remember all of that. You remember all this. And I think Jesus loves me. It's just the simplicity in the message. And now singing it means so much more to me now than it did maybe when I was learning it, because it's just like, you know, Jesus loves me, this. But then when you put meaning and like when it's actually personal, it just transforms the whole song. So yeah, that's one of my songs. Yeah.
Is there a particular version or anything like that? I'm just thinking, once I post this, I want people to be able to relate. You know, that's really what I'm hoping to do with these series, to be able to relate to you, you know, and relate to the music, etc. So is there a version in particular? Doesn't have to be,
Gospel.
but
Gospel. Would you like me to do a sample?
sorry. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
There you go.
Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones who he belongs, they are weak, but I know he's strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, Jesus loves me. For the Bible tells me so.
Honestly, Mabel, I feel like I'm a changed woman. Honestly,
Oh, bless
that
you.
was so beautiful, and just the tingles. It's that equation, that gospel, especially. You know, when you hear that soulful kind of, and you have it. I'm sure you know you have it. So
Thank
thank you
you.
so much.
No, thank
Um,
you.
what can I say? The final bit of this conversation, I always ask my guests, we're going to kind of link in page, what you're doing. But before we do that, I always ask my guests, music is, because obviously the story is music, the series is music is. So I get everyone to kind of finish the statement, music is. So if I ask you, music is.
Music is a light because you can be in a dark place. You can be in a rut, you can be in a thing, but that light that music gives you, it energizes you, it brightens, it makes you see things in a new perspective, and it makes you, yeah, it just, and music is light, I would say, simply put, but it's more intricate, but that's the first thing that came to my mind. Music is light.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's so amazing to hear everyone's different interpretations. And, you know, it being universal, I think, and the fact that we can all relate through it, but individually, it's just like, yeah, it's amazing, amazing, amazing. So now, what I usually do is I ask if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. But also, what I do, if you post them down below in the comments, yeah, you can ask. I don't think I've got any questions, but if you can tell everyone your page, your you know, like Facebook, Insta, any way that we can meet with you. I'm really trying to expand everyone that I'm meeting and trying to, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you once again for the opportunity. Yeah, if you want to connect with me, my website is themabelproject.com. That's the Mabel Mabel project.com. There's a reason why it's called the project. We'll talk about that after. And and also you can reach me on Instagram, the Mabel Project is again on Instagram, and on Facebook it's the Mabel Project or Mabel Maie. So yeah, that's how you can reach me.
Good, good, good. And what's happening next?
Mm.
In what have you got ongoing? Is there anything that we can get involved in? I know that we're definitely going to have a conversation at a later date, but yeah, what is
Definitely.
happening?
I'm doing quite a few things. Lockdown has kept me quite busy. As you know, everything's online now. But I'm just working on new projects musically for my own self. I'm trying to release something by October. Music. I've got music out there ready, but we just want something fresh. We need that fresh oil. Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of songwriting as well. Workshops. I've been doing a lot of workshops. For basically, like I said, my background is like training. So like working with singers, musicians, just trying to bring that spirit, because I know like we've had musicians and singers especially, or anyone in this music industry, have kind of suffered quite a bit. So just doing little events to uplift us up, and also to, you know, inspire us. I want to do an event called When Musicians Worship, because most musicians,
let me know when these things are happening, you know, like just
Definitely.
bombard me, because I'm so wanting to, yeah, keep in touch and be involved as much as possible.
Thank you, thank you. We'll definitely do that. But they're all in the works. So if anybody's out there that's a musician or a singer or an artist that wants to, you know, take part, I'm easy. Just connect with me and let's do this. And I'm so glad to be working with you as well, Tally. But I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, looking forward to working with you as well.
Oh, no, absolutely. Thank you so, so much. I don't think there haven't been any questions posted. I don't have any.
Okay.
And so I would just like to say thank you so much. I mean, I was really looking forward, I've been looking forward to everyone, but more so yours, just because of how powerful I think your message is, your
Thank
story is, and your future is, you know,
you.
and the fact that it's so, I wouldn't say the others are not dignified, but it just it's just, it's a good vibration, a good energy all round. And so it's been a great pleasure. Thank you for agreeing.
No.
And yeah, keep up with the rest of the series.
Mhm.
Everyone is currently on. This
Yeah.
is part 6 of a 12-part series. So
Mhm.
please do you want to say any final words,
Yeah, I want
Mabel?
to say thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for the work you're doing in music. Thank you. You're an amazing DJ. Amazing, amazing, amazing sound. You're just amazing. And I want
Oh,
people to subscribe to you if you're from my page and you've come on. Please subscribe because Tally's doing such an amazing work, and I think we all need to be involved. So, and most of my I see like most of my friends have joined in. They're all musicians and singers. So please, please, please just jump on, subscribe, and be updated as well. You're doing amazing. I just want to commend you on that. And thank
bless
you
you
for being a
so
blessing.
much. Thank you so, so much. It's been a great pleasure. Everyone, we're back again next Monday for the 7th part of the 12-week series. And we're
Looking
going to
forward
be
to it.
joined by phenomenal, phenomenal individual, creative musicians. So please catch me then, 6 p.m. Insta Live. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
And you too.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.